The second half of the NBA season is upon us. It's time to make that push for the playoffs. This is when it gets serious. Phoenix's goal is to win the Pacific Division. Boston just wants to make it to the party. Stick around for the Suns and Celtics. The pressure's on right now. The stretch run to the playoffs begins tonight, live from the U.S. Airways Center in downtown Phoenix. The Suns go after their fifth straight win. The Suns squaring off against the Boston Celtics. Hi, everybody. With Thunder Dan Marley, I'm Gary Bender. And Dan, the Suns headed into the All-Star break, playing their best basketball of the season, just dominating teams. And now Mike D'Antoni hopes they can pick up where they left off.
You're right, Gary. Who would have thought it? Amari Stoudemire not playing a game the first half of the season. They are dominating. They're Pacific Division leaders by 5 games. Everybody's played well. Everybody's stepping up. Steve Nash, Shawn Marion. So I'm very excited about the second half of the season. Well,
there is the division standing. As you mentioned, Phoenix on top by 5 as the Clippers losing last night against the Dallas Mavericks. Well, Steve Nash is a reigning MVP, but Dan, I think we both agree he should be the MVP again this year. What he has done this year as a generator of all this offense has been nothing short of fantastic.
Well, he had a great year last year, obviously won MVP, and there's a little bit of a controversy saying, well, did he deserve it last year? Well, he stepped up this year and has played even better. We talked about Amari Stoudemire being out. The Suns have 7 new players this year. He's had to fit everybody into the mix, having a better year than he did last year.
All right, tonight's In Focus feature brought to you by Schwartz Laser Eye Center. Tonight we're going to focus on the 2 big surprises this year, Raja Bell and Boris Diaw.
Well, we kind of knew what we were getting with Raja Bell. Guy is tough-minded, a very good defensive player, but has really picked up his offense, shooting the ball well. And this guy has been unbelievable. A triple threat with his scoring, his ability to rebound and pass the ball. Boris Diaw didn't know what we were going to get. He's the biggest surprise of the year.
And as you look at this Boston Celtics team, they're led by Paul Pierce. 5 straight All-Star appearances, the 12th Celtic in history to do that. He's had 6 straight 30-point games. He had a 50-point game before the break.
Well, Gary, let me tell you, this is a guy when I played in the league. When I went into Boston or he came here, I hated guarding. He's a very strong guy, very quick. He can shoot from the outside. He gets to the basket, finishes well. This is one of the very tough covers in the league.
And you can see what he has done. As they won last night, he had a 30-point game in the win against the Utah Jazz. So it'll be the truth. Paul Pierce against the Matrix, Shawn Marion.
I hope we can handle the truth, Gary.
All right. We'll find out the truth when we come back. The introduction of the starting lineups, the Suns and Celtics, next. It's Suns Retro Uniforms Night to commemorate what has been called the greatest game ever played, Game 5 of the 76 NBA Finals against the Celtics. It's time now for your McDonald's I'm Loving It starting lineups. The Celtics' first road win last night, first since January 10th. Glenn Doc Rivers is their coach. He's 42 years old in his second year. Last season, he led the Celtics to their first Atlantic Division title since 91 and 92. The Suns have won 4 in a row. They've been dominating some teams. And let's try to remember how he did it. In the estimation of Mike D'Antoni, he has a familiar starting lineup of Diaw, Marion, Thomas, Bell, and Steve Nash. And it's the Kia keys to the game. Kia Motors, the power to surprise. And with those keys, here's Thunder Dan.
Gary, thank you so much. The keys of the game are pretty easy. Paul Pierce, first of all, we got to make sure he plays in a crowd. This is a guy that averages almost 29 points a career against the Suns, which trails only LeBron and Vince among the active players. So we got to make sure we bring a lot of people at him. Stay consistent. This Boston team's either real hot or real cold. The Suns have to play a consistent 48 minutes and then push the pace. Obviously, Boston played last night. Suns lead the league 107 points a game. They want to run for 48 minutes.
Suns managing partner Robert Sarver released the following statement today on the story surrounding Suns president and general manager Brian Colangelo. He said, Brian and I agreed on a 3-year contract that continues through 2006 and 2007. I also had an understanding with Brian that if another opportunity presented itself that he wished to explore, I would not stand in his way. Consistent with that, when another team asked permission to speak with Brian, I granted permission at his request, and I've had discussions with Brian regarding an extension on his contract, and those conversations are ongoing. My hope remains he will stay in Phoenix. Bernie Fryer, Shawn Wright, and Derek Richardson, the three officials. The Suns trying to sweep the Celtics for the 6th time. You can see they've scored 60-plus points in the first half in the last 4 games. That's some of that dominating play that Dan and I were talking about. So the retro uniforms, they had these last against the New York Knicks back on December. Here's Shawn Marion coming back from his 3rd All-Star game out to Raja Bell, one of the surprises in the NBA. Kurt Thomas had a block by Rafe LaFrentz. And Delonte West, who had a big game last night, 22 points, comes up with it. But here's the truth. Paul Pierce brings it out to West. West, who played at St. Joseph's, misses from outside. West was very good last night. He was 4 or 5 behind the line.
Well, a real talented player. And this is a Boston team that's only won 5 times on the road. But you know, Gary, when you have a player like Paul Pierce who can put up 50 points in a game, they're very dangerous.
And there is Shawn Marion having this career year at the start of the night, averaging 21.1 points a game. And he starts the Suns out with a 2.
Who isn't having their career game for a career year for Phoenix?
It's been a remarkable run. As there is a shot by Pierce missing. Pierce had 30 points last night. We mentioned 6 straight 30-point games. And there's Boris Diaw, lost the handle, bailed out by Nash. Marion from the corner. The 3, it goes! Remarkable 3, and Marion proud to own the 3-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities.
Remarkable right. Steve Nash missed him on the break. Thought was Marion was open. He got it back for the 3.
Here's Rafe LaFrentz. He can shoot it from outside. He's got excellent range for a big 6'11" center. Nash brings it down quickly to Boris Diaw. 0 for 3 is Boston in the early going. Marion ducks inside, and he's going to be fouled.
And you see, that's what the Suns do so well, Gary, is they release as soon as the Boston Celtics shoot the ball. Somebody releases, and they get it to Nash. He throws it up court. That time he got it to Diaw. Nobody can catch Marion on the break. See, Diaw just released as he tried to get LaFrentz's block, and then nobody can run with Marion.
Nobody can run with Marion, and that is the most accurate statement you could possibly make. He is the fastest guy in the league. He just scored now. Another point in this game to make it 6-0. Coming in here, he has 40 double-doubles. That's number 1 in the NBA. Here's Delonte West. Marion has scored 7 points. Boston has scored none. West brings it out to LaFrentz. Brings it off quickly to Paul Pierce, who played at the University of Kansas. He and Rafe LaFrentz were teammates there. There is the shot missing by Pierce. He's missed in the early going. They're 0 for 4. Nash is going to pull up with a 3. And the rebound by LaFrentz. This Celtics team has been very poor on the road. They have won only 5 games away from Beantown, 5-20 at the start of the night. That win the other night, last night, was their first road win since January 10th, believe it or not. Here's West's turnaround shot, and coming down to the rebound is Kurt Thomas.
You know, what we haven't talked about a lot is the ability of the Suns to really rebound the ball defensively. With Kurt Thomas and Raja and Boris in there, they really do a good job of boxing out, which allows them to get out and run on a break.
So the Suns now 3 of 5 shooting on Steve Nash's shot that goes down, and it's 9-0. So the Celtics off to a very slow start. What they really did last night was have a remarkable 3rd quarter against Utah. They scored 37 points in that 3rd quarter and put the game away. There's Tony Allen starting in place of the injured Zerbiak, and that ball slapped out of bounds.
So we got to remember, Gary, like I said, this Boston team really runs cold or they run hot. So the Suns can't get they can get off to a lead like this, but they can't let up knowing that this Boston team can get it going.
Pierce brings it into Ryan Gomes. Gomes, the rookie out of Providence. Pierce down the middle. He just can't get anything to go. Pierce in the early going, 0 for 3. Raja Bell into Boris Diaw, kicks it out to Nash. Look at the ball movement. Good spacing by the Suns. Boris Diaw goes in, reverses it up. Pretty good defense that time by Rafe LaFrentz. Off to Tony Allen, who played at Oklahoma State for Eddie Sutton. He was a Big 12 Player of the Year his senior year at Oklahoma State, a first-round pick a year ago. He missed the first 23 games on a knee rehab, and there Pierce hits. And he's one of those guys, Dan, he gets it going. Look out.
Yeah, he really does. And what you want to make him do is take that jump shot because he's so good to be able to get the basket. You see Nash going up and under, and you want to make Paul Pierce take jump shots. And when he starts hitting those, he's awful hard to stop.
Paul Pierce at 6'6", grew up in Inglewood, California. He goes inside, ball deflected out. It'll be Celtics ball with 17 to shoot.
You see here, just Pierce crossing over Shawn, gets all the way to the basket. Shawn, being the athlete he is, still able to get the block from behind.
Boston in the early going is 1 of 8 shooting the ball. They bring it in to Rafe LaFrentz. He swings it around to West. Back to Pierce, clears from the corner. That's a 3. Tipped around, and Kurt Thomas comes down to the defensive board. Nash on the move, the reigning MVP. And if he could win it again, he'd be the first since Tim Duncan to win it consecutively. And Boris Diaw showing how his game has improved. Power game, especially as he makes it 11-2.
Yeah, we don't see that too often from Boris. Usually he goes in there a little soft. That allowed him to see him go in there and finish with authority. Great pass by Nash.
The Suns are out of the chute effectively, Mr. Marley.
You're right, Gary. A great way to start after the break, 11-2, and then Diaw with the spin move. Parlez-vous français? Est-ce que tu veux avec moi?
Quote of the game, Geico Auto Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. The quote is from Paul Pierce talking about his meeting with Jerry Colangelo over the All-Star weekend about playing for Team USA. He says, we talked about what's going to happen in these next 3 years. He asked if I was ready for that type of commitment. I told him I'm interested. He's going to give out a certain number of invitations in the next couple of weeks, and he's going to let me know. Do you think Pierce would be a good fit?
I pass.
You pass?
I think he's a very talented guy. I really do, but not one of my favorite guys.
Why don't you tell me?
And that's all I got to say about
that. I know,
that.
and there's Pierce. He makes you pay for that comment. Did you see
I don't
that
want to make him mad, but I talked to him about his ability as far as his quickness and his ability to get the basket. I'm not saying he's a great player, because he is. I mean, he's gone to the free throw line this year 522 times. Nash has been, with most of the Suns, are only 208. So that tells you how aggressive he is going to the basket.
That's a very good stat. And it comes to Kurt Thomas, who has 5 rebounds here in the early going. Steal by Gomes. Ryan Gomes, second-round pick out of Providence. He started now the last 5 games for the Celtics, and it's 11-6.
Yeah, and making the most of it, averaging about 11 points, shooting 61%, almost 7 rebounds a game. And I talked to a couple of Boston guys and said, you're going to love this guy. He plays it really hard and plays the game the right way.
They say he's really mature beyond his age. Coming in his rookie year, has played the game with a good feel. Here's Raja Bell. High rainbow shot finds the mark.
Well, that's what we're talking about Raja Bell, about his ability to put the ball on the floor and almost create his own shots. We knew he'd be a good standstill shooter, but he's really proved that he could put the ball on the floor and create his own jumper. In the last 8 games, he's shot 53%. Suns shooting at 50%. You can see the Celtics struggling with their shooting. LaFrentz thought about it. Off to Delonte West. He goes inside, and a nice running left-hander. Yeah, I really like the way this kid's played. He's really improved from his rookie year. He can shoot the ball outside, and there, nice move with his left hand, gets all the way to the basket. He was on that #1 ranked team with Jameer Nelson, who's playing well, by the way. And there is the shot missing by Bell. Out they come quickly. Out on the break to Tony Allen. This is his game. He's a slasher. He likes to take it to the hole. They're going to call a foul on Kurt Thomas, as Tony Allen was really out of control on that play, but he got bailed out. Yeah, I didn't think Kurt was there unless his feet were inside that circle. I thought Kurt did a good job of getting back on the basket and getting in front of Allen, see if his feet were inside the circle. If they were, it looked like it was a good job by Kurt Thomas to take the charge. Well, we know from past history, Kurt doesn't get any breaks as far as fouls are concerned. Delonte West, the guy we were talking about a moment ago, the second-year man out of St. Joseph's, he has really done well. In fact, he was added to that rookie-sophomore game at the All-Star game. And rightfully so. I mean, they felt kind of slighted that he wasn't put on at the beginning. And so it's 13-9 as West now with a couple of points of the ball game. Nash brings it up to Diaw. Has a screen for Nash. The 3. Kurt Thomas battles for it. LaFrentz had a hand on it. Out it comes to Pierce. 1 of 4 now. The Suns behind three-point land. And Delonte West hits from the corner. And that is a 3. And all of a sudden, Dan, we have a 1-point game. We talked about it. Boston's one of those teams that can get it going, so you got to stay on them. It was 11-2 at the timeout. Now it's 13-12. Diaw Followay has now ended a 10-2 run by the Boston Celtics. 15-12. West dumps it in now to Gomes. Gomes intended for West, broken up beautifully from behind by Raja Bell. Will be off of Raja. And here comes the leading three-point shooter in the NBA. Leandro Barbosa will be checking into the ball game for Kurt Thomas. You see Barbosa's stats. And we're talking about Gomes. I was talking after his junior year at Providence, he was going to come out, and they said that, you can't play the type of game you play in the league. So he went back for his senior year, tried to play more 18, 19 feet out, and was ended up drafted in the second round. and now he's back to playing this back to the basket and being very successful.
Well, he's got an NBA body, 6'7", weighs 250 pounds as West hits again. West has 7 points in this game. Paul Pierce able to bat that one back. West comes back the other way. Celtics down by 1, 5:12 to go in this first quarter of play. Here is West, a long three. He is feeling it right now after that 22-point game last night.
That's what you call a heat check there.
1 of 5 now. Boston behind the line. Nice. Tries to alley-oop it into Shawn. Can't quite control it. Back it comes back to Pierce. Paul Pierce. 5 straight all-star appearances. He was center of the lineup the other day with those 4 Detroit Pistons. They came in substituting 5 guys at one time. LaFrenz, nice turnaround jump shot, and the Celtics have their first lead of the game. 16-15. So after getting off to a slow start, Boston now has started to pick up their play. Diaw into the corner to Barbosa. 3. Not able to hit this one. Rebound by Marion. The matrix is everywhere.
Well, you're right. Leandro misses a 3, which he rarely does these days. And Shawn, with that athletic ability, crashes the offensive board and gets an easy one.
Barbosa at the start of the night shooting 47% from three-point land. And it comes beautifully fed in there. Pierce to Gomes, and Gomes will be going to the free throw line.
You're going to see here Leandro take the shot and miss it, and Shawn Marion just hanging around the basket. You got to put a body on him, and nobody does, and he's too athletic to allow him just to roam free inside that paint.
40 times this year, Shawn Marion has had 10-plus rebounds. A high of 19. As Gomes, the guy we've been talking about, he is the second-round pick, the 50th pick in the draft this year, 2-time first-team All-Big East selection at Providence. As we mentioned, he's been in the starting lineup. All of this predicated on all the changes they've been making trade-wise. That trade with Minnesota gave him an opportunity to play. And, of course, now Wally Szczerbiak is out. No one knows for how long after the bruised knee last night. So Gomes ties it up at 17. 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Nice. Leaves it for Bell. Back it comes to Steve. Steve wheels in. Diaw got a good-looking shot. Doesn't go for it. Gomes comes down to the rebound off to Pierce. Paul Pierce in his 8th year, 28 years old, goes inside and draws the foul. And that's what he does, Dan. He just keeps forcing the issue, and he gets to the free throw line.
Well, I mean, he's just an outstanding player. He's the only player in the league that leads his team in points, rebound, assists, and steals. So a complete player, can really shoot the basketball. But that's what he does best, is putting the ball on the floor, using his body and his quickness to get to the basket. And you see they're shooting there from the field. Started 0 for 8, now are 7 for 11 and found their stroke here early.
Tonight's game brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Paul Pierce, he was the 10th pick in the draft in '98. A lot of people thought he would be a top 3 pick. He fell to the Celtics, and obviously they're not going to give him up. They love him. However, I will say this. He and Doc Rivers have had some turbulent times, haven't they?
There's been some talks.
Doc Rivers and he got into it in Game 7 of the first-round playoffs against Indiana in a huddle. Discussion went on, a heated discussion. And there have been times that he and Doc have not seen eye to eye. Here's Shawn Marion, 5 on the shot clock. Out it comes to Nash with 3, with 2. Nash goes inside. He beat the shot clock. He hit the rim, and Marion cleans up with the left hand.
A great job of Steve Nash of penetrating. Actually drew all 5 of the Boston Celtics to him, laid it off the glass. Nobody again boxes out Marion.
I'm telling you, Marion's everywhere. He has 11 points already in the ball game. And Pierce able to nail that one. Paul Pierce has given the Celtics the lead again, 20-19. Marion in the early going has 4 rebounds and 11 assists. He's going to try to add with a 3, and he does. And Marion is proud to own the three-point zone. And Fulton Holmes with another $150 to Suns charities. Suns now 2 of 6 behind the line. Marion's headed for a big night, Dan.
Well, every night. I mean, his off nights are big nights, but you're right. He may have a huge one here tonight.
His high this year's been 39, and we're going to have a foul. It's going to go on Roger Bell, a blocking foul. Timeout, 2:39 to go in this first quarter. The Suns in a battle right now. After jumping out early in this game, 11-2, and now find themselves protecting a 2-point lead. But Dan, Shawn Marion has been great here in the early going.
Well, the Matrix stays hot after the All-Star break. Back from Houston, he's giving Boston some problems.
Suns up by 2, 22-20. This date in the NBA, presented by Paddock Pools, Patios, and Spas since 1958. For all your backyard needs, February 22nd, 1950, Dr. J. Julius Erving is born in Roosevelt, New York. And when he came in playing in the ABA, I saw him play first there and then to the NBA. He changed the game, didn't he? He was a remarkable player.
He was unbelievably athletic ability, open court dunks. Like you said, he changed the game, the doctor.
Shawn Marion's kind of changing the game here tonight. He's off to a great start with 14 points here in the early going.
5 for 6, 2 for 2, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 offensively. That's my game, and the whole game for 48 minutes. He's had it in the first quarter.
Here's Tony Allen, who played 2 years in junior college before matriculating at Oklahoma State.
What?
3 on the shot clock. He hit a 2, and it's tied up at 22.
Matriculating?
Matriculated.
Oh.
That's all right. That's a term that I've been saving all year.
I know it's hard for you, but dumb it down for us a little bit.
Here's Barbosa missing out again. You've been speaking
Not
all these
everybody's
foreign
as smart as
languages.
you, Gary.
Yeah, but you speak all these foreign languages.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I wondered about that. And here comes now Barbosa the other way, and he traveled. He tried to go up in midair, get rid of the ball, but he came down with it. So that'll turn it over. And here comes Brian Scalabrine into the ball game now for the Celtics, a big free agent signee from the New Jersey Nets.
Who is that, Tim Kempton?
He kind of looks that way, doesn't he?
The Big Red.
He kind of looks that way. Scalabrine signed a huge contract with this team. Really hasn't done all that much. He signed a 5-year, $15 million pack. And he had some good years with the Nets, especially the year that they reached the NBA Finals. Here is Gomes now pulling up, and Gomes not able to get the shot to go. Nash comes down with a rebound. Steve Nash in the early going now has 1 assist, 2 points of the ball game. Out to Marion, puts it on the floor to the hole, and he's fouled en route. I don't know if he can be any quicker or faster, but tonight he seems to even be in another gear, doesn't he? He's playing in this game.
You're right. Steve's going to make a nice behind the back pass. Shawn hot early. Got to respect his outside jump shot. Showed him the ball and then took it to the rim. Got fouled.
Shawn Marion in his 3rd All-Star game. I was kind of disappointed, Dan, that he and Steve didn't get to play together in that All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest, I didn't watch it. But.
Oh, no. You're not supposed to admit that. No. You were busy, though, the shooting stars portion of the All-Star game.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah.
Well, you were the defending champions.
I know, but we got beat early. And then just couldn't get it done. I was very disappointed.
Tony Parker hit that long shot early for the Spurs, and that
broke our record, 25 seconds.
Thomas comes into the game. Boris Diaw sits down, and now Michael Olowokandi will check in. He's one of the guys coming over with Wally Szczerbiak in that trade with the Timberwolves. Gomes will check out. Olowokandi had a double-double last night. He had 12 points and 11 rebounds.
Really? Maybe it'll snow tomorrow. Weird things have happened.
Marion with 16 points. You know, you are really getting mean, ornery at your older age. Here is Pierce driving. I think he was fouled. That will not be a continuation. He was fouled before the shot. And that will put the Suns over the team foul limit. That's their 15th foul, and Pierce will go to the free throw line.
And that's why he's so hard to cover. I mean, he just caught that ball and just squared up Raja Bell, and just one quick move to the basket. You got to respect his jump shot, especially from about 15 feet. And you feel so helpless because he's so quick and strong. You can hardly do anything to stop him.
Pierce 6th in the league in scoring at the start of the night. You can see what he's done against the Suns. He had a 40-point game back on February 1st in Boston. Suns, of course, winning that ball game, trying to get this season sweep with a victory here tonight. He's 1 of 3 from the free throw line, though.
Yeah, and I talked about only Vince Carter and LeBron have averaged more against the Suns in their career. I mean, he averages almost 29 points a career among active players. So he has come in here and played extremely well against Phoenix.
Who did you play the best against? Do you remember, career-wise?
Nobody.
Oh, come on.
Nobody.
Any team you wanted to play well against?
You know, I played well against Seattle because George Karl was there, and they always had a trapping zone defense, and so they always had to scramble, and I always used to get some wide open jumpers. That was always the best.
Out it comes to Raja Bell. This is a 3, and Bell able to nail that. He came in at the start of the night, 7th of three-point shooting. Proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes with another $150 to Suns charities. 27-22. The Suns now 3 of 7 behind the line. And it comes to Pierce. Return pass to Allen. Nicely done. And Tony Allen able to finish inside.
We talked about Pierce's scoring ability, but he also was very good assist-wise. That time the Suns came and doubled him, and nobody picked up the cutter.
As you mentioned, he's the only guy in the league to lead in points and rebounds and assists and steals. As Nash goes inside, and he's going to be fouled. We're going to have a change now, as we're going to have one of two Greens coming in. This is Orion Green, a second-round pick out of Louisiana Lafayette. The Spirit of Service stat of the game, brought to you by Quest, where service makes all the difference. Look at the outstanding tradition of the Celtics. 16 NBA titles, 8 consecutively. Last title in 85-88. And this is a team that should say 85-86. And this is a team that's the most dominant franchise history-wise in pro basketball history. And tonight now trailing 29-24 after Nash gets both free throws. Here's Green. Green is second-round pick. I haven't heard a lot about him. He hasn't played that many games. Paul Pierce loses the handle. Barbosa comes up 3-on-1. Green is back. Barbosa. Marion takes it home.
Great job of Barbosa of recognizing who was on the break. He had Eddie House on the right, Shawn Marion on the left. Obviously, he wanted to give it to a guy who could finish around the basket. Gave it to Marion, and he knows what to do with it.
Marion is just having an unbelievable first quarter. He's 18 points. Here's now going to go for the last shot of this quarter. About 2 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock. Into the corner to Tony Allen. Allen doesn't get it off in time. So there's 3 seconds left. And the Suns are going to get a last crack at it now. And here comes the other Green in. Gerald Green, a rookie out of high school, out of Gulf Shores Academy in Houston. And he had been down in the D-League in Fayetteville, North Carolina, had been called back. He's played tonight in his 6th game in the NBA. Here's Nash. You're going to have to hurry now to get this off. It'll count if it goes, and it was close.
Talk about Gerald Green real quick. I read his bio. Favorite movie, Face Off. Are you kidding? Have you seen Face Off?
I don't think I have.
Not going to win an Academy Award. But Shawn Marion, 18 points, 6 for 7 from field, 2 of 2, and then good strip by Leandro. He's coming down the break. He's going to give it to the Matrix. Now that was a good movie. Wow!
Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
Suns finish on a 9-2 run, the last 2:39 to take a 31-24 lead. This week, Southwest Airlines featured destination is Chicago. Go to southwest.com for air, car, and hotel deals in Chicago. Specials available through Thursday. Shawn Marion with 18 points. That's the highest point total for a Sun in a quarter this year.
That's right. Yep. Shawn had a great first quarter. Got out and ran. Nobody checked him off. Got some offensive rebounds and some tip-ins.
James Jones previously had that high record of 17 points in a quarter. Here's Olowokandi, the #1 pick in the draft when he came out of Pacific. Backing down with 7 on the shot clock. Forces a shot. Boris Diaw brings it down. Olowokandi was taken first in the draft that year. A lot of people thought they would select Mike Bibby, but they took Olowokandi, and another mistake by the Clippers. And there's a pass in the corner. Barbosa traveled with it, tried to catch up with a pass from Eddie House is in the game. Let's go back and look at some of that first quarter for Shawn Marion.
Shawn just using his athletic ability to score a lot of points, getting out and running, and like I said, getting some offensive rebounds. You could have got to put a body on this guy, and when he hits the three-pointer, he's pretty much unstoppable, and that's what he did earlier.
He was unstoppable, 18 points. Here's West now to Scalabrine. Scalabrine with a 2, not able to get it, comes right back to him. He shoots it again, and he missed again. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
Three for a quarter.
Off it comes to Barbosa. House, he won't miss that, will he? Oh, in and out. Tough break on the 3 attempt by Eddie House. That looked like that was headed in.
Twice.
Here's West now as we are underway in the second quarter. The Suns up 31-24, looking for their 5th straight win as they continue to stay in first place in the Pacific Division. 5-game lead on the Clippers at the start of the night. There's Gerald Green. That is the high school kid who hasn't played a lot. In fact, that's only his 2nd field goal of his career. 31-26. House trying to get a screen from Kurt Thomas. Off it comes to Diaw, backing in on Scalabrine. Thomas clears and pops and hits.
Well, I'm not really sure what Ola Candy was doing there. It looked like Scalabrine did a good job by Boris Diaw. Ola Candy went all the way underneath the basket and left Kurt Thomas wide open for a 15-footer.
Let me ask you, are you trying to explain the Candy Man?
Trying to say it's not going to snow tomorrow.
Okay, all right. It comes to West. 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. West into the corner. It goes to Green again, and the high schooler just buried a three. And it's 33-29. Nice looking stroke that time by Gerald Green.
That's his third basket of his young career.
Yeah, he hasn't played hardly at all. I mean, he had a high of 2 points previous to tonight. Here's Barbosa trying to shake the other Green, Orion Green. The baseline, it goes to Thomas, kicks it to the corner to Diaw. 4 on the shot clock. They need to shoot it with 2. House will. And just couldn't get it to go. And we're going to have a foul on Scalabrine, pushing off on the play.
Well, Suns did a good job of driving and kicking. Found the right guy in Eddie House. That's the second shot. It looked like it was going in. Went in and out. And then Boris trying to clear the board, and Scalabrine gets him with the body.
Scalabrine is 6'9", 235-pounder, just with one arm buried.
Did you say 235 pounds?
Well, let's say
it's about 265.
That was before he ate today.
No kid.
That's what they listed him at.
Clam chowder.
Well, no,
he ate
lobsters. As Roger Bell misses there. 9:18 to go in this first half. Green backing it out. He played at Louisiana Lafayette, the Sun Belt Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Ola Candy to West. West not able to get it to go. Thomas comes down to the rebound. Kurt Thomas now has 7 rebounds.
Just talking about the Suns, they have allowed an offensive rebounding, doing a good job of limiting the Celtics to 1 shot.
Suns really active, really moving the ball extremely well. And we're going to have a timeout. 8:54 to go in this first half. Suns up 33-29. Mike D'Antoni's team trying to win their 5th in a row. And in the month, 7thelottery.com. It's time now for the Powerball Power Play. We're going to go back to Game 5 of the 1976 Finals between the Celtics and Suns. And for the call, the shot heard around the world, here's Al McCoy.
1 second remaining in the second overtime. Here's Perry to Gar Hurd. Here's the jump shot. Good! It's good! It counts! Gar Hurd ties it. We'll go to the 3rd overtime. I got to take a breather. I want to tell you something. Somebody up there is on our side.
And the Suns eventually lost that and lost the finals 4 games to 2. But what a remarkable game. 30-year anniversary.
Yeah, just one of the best games ever to be played in the NBA.
And so the Suns come right back out and make it 35-29. Bell hit the shot. We got a turnover now against the Boston Celtics. And there's Al, one of the outstanding broadcasters in the history of this game. And the guy who's just a joy to be around. Not a bad guy from Iowa. You know those guys from the Midwest.
Feel bad for Al. He's got to sit next to Vinny, though.
Well, that is a problem. You know, you can't win everything.
Nope.
In the corner it goes now to Thomas. Thomas baseline, and he's going to be fouled.
Well, Candy's doing his job. He had an offensive foul with the pick and comes back and fouls Kurt Thomas on the drive and looks a little perplexed. And I think that's been the story of his young career.
Well, he picked up his 2nd foul. West comes out. Paul Pierce checks back in.
He's like, where am I right now? What's going on?
Ola Candy was born in Nigeria, raised in London, France. His dad was a diplomat there.
What?
And there's House. That's a 2 by Eddie House. 37-29, 8 minutes to go now in this first half. Suns for the game shooting 47%. Boston at 44%. Here's Ola Candy. Hands it off now to Green. Orion Green dumps it into Pierce. Pierce thus far in the ball game was 7. Scalabrine looks around. I don't think he wanted to take this one, Dan, but he got it, a 3. He looked around like, you want me to take another shot?
That comes off the double team on Pierce. He finds a wide open guy. The Suns tried to rotate, left Scalabrine open. He knocks down the shot.
Here's Barbosa. The blur goes inside. I mean, he is a blur as he makes it 39-32.
And that's a lethal combination for him to shoot that well from the 3-point line and have the speed and the ability to finish at the basket.
You never cease to be amazed by his quickness and speed. Here's Pierce now looking in at the 7:22 mark. Roger Bell now guarding him. They started the game with Shawn Marion on him. Here's Gerald Green, who's off to a good start. Double pumps this one. He might have gotten away with that in Houston in high school, but not tonight. And they lead Barbosa for the easy layup.
Well, just a sin by the Boston Celtics. Nobody back at all. And Phoenix Suns actually had two guys back all alone, and Barbosa gets a wide open layup.
And Doc Rivers is probably going to explain just what you said as he calls the timeout. Barbosa baseline with one of those patented moves.
We talk about the blur. He's such a good outside shooter now. He just puts it on the floor, gets all the way to the basket. One of the best finishers in the league. Suns up by 9.
The World Baseball Classic game between Mexico and the United States. Plus Mike and Laurel D'Antoni open up their home to our cameras. Don't miss this behind-the-scenes look at life at home with the D'Antoni. And we'll have all your Suns' reaction from on the court or inside the locker room. It's all straight ahead on your Arizona Sports Report with Bob Vasella right after the game. Paul Pierce, 7 points thus far, 3 of 8. He's going to have 7 straight 30-point games. He'll probably need to get it started in a hurry. He did that in the third quarter last night. And it comes to Pierce. 6:53 to go here in the first half. Pierce, fall away from Marion, can't get it to go. Rebound is ripped in. Here come the Suns again. Diao down the middle, kicks it out to Bell. Suns will reset their half-court game. We expected tonight to see the Celtics come out in the zone from time to time. They were talking about it before the game, trying to slow down this tempo a little bit. Suns has just been so torrid. Here is Thomas. That's blocked by LaFrenz, who ran by. And Gomes, who's back in the ball game, comes up with it. 41-32. Green off to Pierce. In deep they go now to Gomes. Swing it around. Orion Green goes in, has it deflected by Boris Diaw. Good help defense. It's up of Boston.
Well, you're right. They're double teaming the post, and then good job of the Suns of rotating, get a hand on the ball, knock it off the Boston Celtics. Suns get it.
Celtics coming in here at 1-3 of their last 4 games. That's since snapping a 6-game slide. That all began on February 10th. Second game of a 4-game Western road swing. Heck of a win last night for us, Doc Rivers said, in that win against the Utah Jazz. Here's Marion with the 3, and Marion with the 3. He is proud to own the 3-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities, and Marion is 3 of 3, Dan, behind the line.
Well, he's definitely feeling 21 points, and when you get easy baskets off and hit your first 3, Shawn is definitely feeling it. No hesitation on that shot.
Biggest lead of the game now for the Suns. Green from outside slices it by 2, 44-34. So Eddie House will walk it up. House, Thomas, along with Shawn Marion, Roger Bell in the lineup. Suns shooting 60% in the quarter. House not able to get this. LaFrenz comes down with a rebound. Boston team playing without some of their key players. Al Jefferson, who's out of the lineup, and there was a move inside. Green does not get the call. Back it comes to Boris Diaw. Kendrick Perkins, who had been starting, is out with a dislocated shoulder. And then Zerbiak not able to go tonight. Bell missing from outside, and LaFrenz brings it down. Celtics are in a battle to get to the playoffs. They made it last year. They're the Atlantic Division chance, but they're going to be hard-pressed to get there this year.
Oh, you do. You look out on this floor, and besides LaFrenz and Pierce, I really don't know anybody out there that's really had any kind of experience in what their games are, so they're going to have an uphill battle here.
Pierce digs it out, but then Diaw with the steal, 2-on-1. Diaw's going to take it down the middle, and he's fouled by Tony Allen.
A good job by Diaw. The defender never really committed. If you would have tried to make that pass to Bell, I thought it would have been intercepted. So he just kept on going. They really never really committed. Took it all the way to the basket. You're going to see here another good defensive play by the Suns as Shawn gets in there and Eddie House, and they get a deflection. And the defensive player never commits, so Diaw's just going to take it all the way to the basket. And too bad he didn't finish, but it's going to the line.
That is on Tony Allen, his 3rd foul. And so Diaw to the free throw line. Boris Diaw, a strong candidate for the most improved player of the year. You look at what he's done the last 4 games, averaged 16 points, over 7 rebounds. And every time you pick up a paper or you watch a show on television, they're talking about Boris Diaw, the Frenchman who nobody knew about in Atlanta.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, he does such a good job. And the Suns don't get to the free throw line often, but they're shooting 80% from the line, which is #1 in the league. So when they do go there, they commit and they make their shot. So
that is a franchise record pace. And here now is Marion with the steal. He's 4th in the league in steals. and he gets the shot to go. And Marion with 23 points now in this game.
You're right, aggressive on defense. We talked about Shawn Marion's ability to play every aspect of the game. That time gets in the passing lane. Another great finish. He's going for like a 50-point night tonight.
You see 4 steals by the Suns. Suns up by 14 points. Pierce is going to be fouled. And Gerald Green will be coming back in for the Celtics. Watch Marion.
Shawn obviously is refreshed after that trip from Houston. Gets in the passing lanes, is so quick, and then the ability to finish and the nice roll.
He played 17 minutes in the All-Star game, had 14 points and 8 rebounds, 5 of 9 shooting. And he's starting to get some well-deserved recognition. Celtics have turned it over 7 times. That last one a steal by the number 4 man in the league. With 102 at the start of the night, Shawn Marion, and West measures and hits a 2.
Well, Delonte started off hot, cooled off a little bit, and there knocks down a 3. This is a guy who can really shoot the basketball and is also good at putting it on the floor.
9 points in the ball game for Delonte West. In the corner comes to Marion. Marion a 3-ball. And he doesn't get this one. Pierce somehow able to come up with the ball. Passes to Gerald Green. He set the rookie up with a difficult shot, and then Gomes able to finish.
Really not a good idea by Pierce there. Should have went to his right to Gomes, who was wide open, but was trying to get the rookie involved, and Gomes cleaned it up and laid it in.
Well, Gerald Green has some hops. I mean, he can jump. Now it comes now to Boris Diaw. Gomes on him. That's going to be a travel on Diaw. It'll go over now to Boston. Barbosa is going to come back into the lineup.
Well,
Roger Bell will sit down.
Gerald Green won the high school McDonald's All-American dunk contest. So you're right. This is a guy who can get up and score some points, I guess. I mean,
well,
he's only
he averaged 33 last year as a senior in high school and hasn't had a chance to play much. But in these back-to-back games, Doc Rivers is giving some minutes to some other people. And Pierce able to connect, and it's an 8-point game. Boston on a 6-0 run. Pierce now has 9 points.
Well, when this game's all over, Pierce is going to have 30-some points. It's just a matter of fact, especially with a lot of their guys out, he's going to get enough attempts. And if he gets hot, he may have 50 again. So the Suns, like I said, have to stay consistent to play 48 minutes of good basketball. Well,
the Suns at one time led by 14 early in the ball game. They led by 9, and now the Celtics are climbing back in. West hits again. It's 48-43 as West now has a total of 12 points in this game.
That's what I'm talking about. That kid's got a lot of confidence. He's got the ability to put it on the floor. You got to get up and make him take a tough jump shot with him face. And then Boris Diaw, his ability to finish around the basket's been big too.
That's something he's been able to add to his repertoire, is that little jump hook. It's gotten better as the season has worn on. Out it comes to Pierce. 2 minutes left to go now in this first half. Pierce not able to get the shot. Rebound by Bosa. Here he comes. 3 on 2, and West just reaches in and fouls him. They knew they had no chance to get back against Barbosa.
Well, no chance is right. When Barbosa gets ahead of steam, there's nobody's going to be able to stop him. Delonte West gets the foul, but on the offensive end, he's done a heck of a job for this Boston team. A very good shooter. Steve Nash gets fake. Delonte pulls up for the 3, nails it. Boston hanging in there.
Suns 14-point lead cut to 7 as Boston's hit all 3 of their 3-point shots here in the second quarter. And it's time now for the Kia Watch and Win.
It is time to Kia Watch and Win. Log on to Suns.com now and fill out the online entry form with tonight's secret word of the game, 3-pointer. And you could win Raja Bell's game-worn shoes. Tonight's winner will also be entered into a drawing to win a new Kia Sportage, a versatile SUV with 6 airbags, traction control, and available V6 engine. Tonight's secret word of the game is 3-pointer. Log on to Suns.com now to enter.
All right, Delonte West has impressed us, Dan, in this game. He had a 22-point game last night, 4 of 5 to 3-point land. And here in this game, he has 12 points in the early going, 5 of 9.
And look at that, 7 rebounds along with 7 assists, so playing the whole game.
And there's Diaw, tries to finish, tries a follow tip. Beautiful second effort by Boris Diaw.
You are, and you like to see Boris go up there a little bit stronger, and when he tends to go up weak, that's when he misses. But good job of just regaining and getting that offensive rebound.
He's the second Sun in double figures with 10. Gomes leans in, that big strong body, and Diaw got him. Ryan Gomes, wait a minute, they're going to call that instead on Gomes. No, they got Rafe LaFrentz. And Doc Rivers a little perplexed about all that. So LaFrentz picks it up. That's a 15 foul against the Celtics over the team foul limit.
You're going to see Diaw play good defense here. Just keeps his hands up, makes Gomes take a tough shot. And then you see LaFrentz push Raja Bell in the back trying to get that offensive rebound. Derek Richardson right there and makes the call.
Second foul on Rafe LaFrance, who grew up in Iowa before going to Kansas, a guy who was a Big 12 Player of the Year and two-time first-team All-America as he sits down. Hey, come explore the new Verizon Wireless Jungle at 11.
Love the jungle.
Of the U.S. Airways Center, all Suns home games, tons of fun for Dan Marley and the kids and adults alike. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Had Max up there the other day. Good stuff.
He's a good kid. He came over the last game and sat down on your lap for a while.
That's right.
So now that was the first miss, that last miss tonight for the Suns. They're now 9 of 10 from the free throw line, up by 10. A minute 20 to go in this first half. Pierce behind the back, off to Orion Green. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Marion playing some tough D, and Pierce goes up. He couldn't penetrate. They get the rebound back, and Gerald Green comes down with it.
But you're right, Shawn doing a good job on Paul Pierce defensively. All you can do is try to make him take jump shots, and that's what he did, but they were able to get the offensive rebound.
Pierce working hard against Marion. They swing it out now to West. 10 on the shot clock. West is going to try a left-hander wide of the mark. Rebound is cleared by Marion. Shawn Marion with 23 points and 6 rebounds in this first half. Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
Nice, beautiful feed to Diao, blocked by Pierce. That was a heck of a defensive play after a remarkable pass.
Great pass, and I thought Diao should have went up and used the left hand and tried to shield it away, but used the right and was able to get it blocked. 27 seconds left in the first half. Pierce with Nash on him. They had a mismatch, and Pierce recognized it, takes it inside. Nash with a blocking foul. I tell you what, Pierce was just glad to get away from Shawn Marion for a moment. He was, but I think that was a bad call because Paul Pierce drew all the contact on Steve Nash with his right elbow. Steve was backing up with his hands in the air. Derek Richardson saw it a different way.
First foul on Steve, and Pierce, who struggled from the line tonight, able to get that. He's 2 of 5. Watch it again.
You can see Steve moving there, and I guess you could call a little bit of contact. And when you get a reputation in this league as a guy who goes to the basket and shoot a lot of free throws, sometimes you're going to get those calls, and you got to give it to Paul Pierce for being aggressive and taking it to the hole.
Boy, Mike didn't like that. They missed the free throw, and Gomes gets it back, and they're going to get the last shot of the half. 53-44. Pierce now directing traffic. 8 on the game clock. Pierce going to have to make his move with 4. Somebody's going to have to shoot it. Outside Orion Green, long 3, and Boston didn't really have an idea what they wanted to do there.
Well, the Suns were in a little bit of a zone, and they just double-teamed Paul Pierce, got it out of his hands. Anybody but him, they were allowed to take a long 3.
And so an entertaining first half of play. The Suns trying to win their 5th in a row. They did not get their 60-point first half for the 5th straight game, but 53 is not bad.
Yeah, let's not be greedy, Gary. We're up here, 53-44, so another half. Let's hope we get a win.
At the break with Thunder Dan, I'm Gary Bender. The Suns with the lead. They've led by as many as 14. It was the Shawn Marion show. 23 points, the most by his Suns in a half this year.
Shawn had a great half, great first quarter, 8 for 10. Had some threes, did a good job rebounding. So Shawn Marion really came out to play, but a very close game. I mean, they're only up by 9.
And as Alvin Gentry mentioned, this is when the Celtics made their move last night, scoring 37 points in that third quarter, 17 by Paul Pierce. It's time to check the Jack in the Box inside the box score. We don't make it till you order it.
Like I said, a pretty close game. The only thing that's, the difference is the free throws there. Both teams getting there 10 times. The Suns only missing 1. The Celtics missing 6. And we've talked about the Boston Celtics. This is a team that can explode. Yep. A team that's usually pretty good in the second half. And anytime you got a guy like Pierce who has 10 points there, 4 of 13, you know that you can get hot in a hurry. Delonte West had a nice first half.
So this Boston team will start out with West in the backcourt, along with Gomes, Paul Pierce, Rafe LaFrance, Tony Allen, as Nash comes out to pick up West. Suns led by as many as 14. They had a brilliant first quarter from Shawn Marion. Continued on to score 23 in the first half. Pierce from outside. Rebound by Boris Diaw. Only one other Sun in double figures in the first half. That was Diaw with 10. After that, dropped down to 8 points by Roger Bell. This guy, Steve Nash, shot only 1 of 7 in the first half. 0 of 3 from three-point land. Off it comes down to Roger Bell. Gives it on to Kurt Thomas. Thomas can't finish. Gomes comes down with a rebound. In that First half, we have 6 lead changes, 2 ties. Pierce tries to go in, has it rejected, but it comes back to West. The Celtics running at the other end. They didn't even know that West had the ball, and they have to get LaFrentz and Allen back into the offensive end.
Shawn has done a beautiful job on Pierce. That time he tried to take it hard in the basket. Shawn stayed in front of him and made a nice block.
And there's a nice block by Kurt Thomas. Blocking the shot by Gomes. Diaz lost the handle, got it back out to Nash. Nash creating inside. Thomas set up beautifully by the leading assist man in the NBA.
You're right, and that's how just unselfish Steve Nash is. Hasn't got on track shooting-wise, passed up a wide-open jumper, got into the lane, ditched it off to Kurt Thomas for a little 4-footer.
That's his 3rd assist of the night. Gomes gets an F now to Pierce. Pierce tonight is 4 of 15 for the field. In the corner to West, swinging around LaFrentz. LaFrentz can shoot the 3, doesn't get it there. And rebound tracked down by West. West has hustled a couple of times. Mike D'Antoni now happy about their second chances. Here's Gomes going in, and Thomas with a slap down. And the Celtics will have it with 17 to shoot.
Well, that's where the Suns pay when they try to break and get out on a fast break. They don't stay with the shooter, and any kind of long rebound is going to hurt you. And then here's Kurt Thomas keeping his feet, doing a good job with the left hand, getting the block.
And it comes to LaFrentz. LaFrentz tonight is 1 of 3, only shot 3 times. But he is a guy who can fill it up from outside. Pierce goes inside, showing the power game, and it's 55-46. Pierce with 12 points in the game. Nash back the other way. Shakes West, goes baseline, now to Thomas. LaFrentz jumps out on him. Inside, 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Last night, the Celtics made their move in Utah. That's when they won the ball game. Here's Diaz, blocked by Pierce. West ahead to Allen. Allen's a slasher, and he's got to have an offensive foul. He loves to go to the rim, and this time he is called for charging.
That's Raja Bell at his best. Hustles back on a 2-on-1 fast break and sacrifices his body. Look, there's going to be 2-on-1. Gets in the front, takes the charge.
Tony Allen in his 2nd year out of Oklahoma State, and Raja Bell can play defense as well as anybody in the league, and no one wants to be guarded by him. Nash now will pull up, and Nash still struggling with his shooting here tonight. West comes back the other way. West had a very strong first half, 12 points of the ball game. Pierce outside, Marion's on him again, and they're going to call a foul on Shawn Marion. When Marion is on Pierce, it changes everything. Paul Pierce isn't getting the same looks.
He isn't. Shawn's got to take just another half step back and use his long arms and make Pierce pull up for a jump shot with a hand in his face, because if you get too close to him, he's going to put it on the floor. And with these rules these days, no way you can stop him from getting the basket.
Pierce with the long 3. Gomes with a follow tip inside. They stay with it. Still can't get it. Rebound cleared by Diaz. Diaz comes out on the break. Raja Bell kicks it out. Nash, this is a 3. He got it. Steve Nash proud to own the 3-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities.
And again, we see Raja Bell's ability to put the ball on the floor, penetrates the middle, and got Steve Nash an easy bucket.
Nash now 1 of 4 behind the line. Gomes hands off to West. West is really a hard worker out there, plays hard off the ball. Off it comes to Gomes, and he got Thomas up in the air, and he committed the foul.
Good move there by the rookies. He took his time, got to the middle, showed the ball to Kurt Thomas, got him in the air, and drew the foul.
This Boston team last year won 45 games. They have only 21 at the start of the night.
Just a good head of here play. The rookie just waits for Pierce to clear, and then takes it hard to the middle, shows the ball, gets the veteran up in the air, and draws the foul.
They're 8.5 games back of the New Jersey Nets in the Atlantic Division. In 3rd place is where they reside after winning the division last year. Interestingly enough, that was the first Atlantic Division title since 91-92 for the Celtics. We have somebody bleeding, evidently. Gomes.
Infectious disease control, as they like to call it, Gary.
And Gomes is going to be assisted on the near side at Bernie Fryer, holding up play momentarily.
Safety first.
Is there a little sarcasm in that?
No.
Okay, just asking. Well, let's look ahead. Are you ready? Are the props ready? The sound effects ready to go?
Give me a second.
Here we go. Here's what's on tap.
Get into the cooler.
The Phoenix Suns, brought to you by Bud Light.
Oh,
refreshingly smooth. Bud Light, always worth it. Upcoming Suns home game Saturday against the Bobcats of Charlotte. Then an improved Milwaukee Bucks team comes here Wednesday. Orlando, by the way, a trade today. Steve Francis traded
franchise
to the Knicks.
Going to another franchise.
For Trevor Ariza and also Penny Hardaway, and then
Penny going back to Orlando. I don't know if he'll ever show up, but he's going back.
It's San Antonio, March 9th. It's an 8:30 game. Tickets, call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to Suns.com. There's a trade we're talking about.
Ariza fell out of favor with Larry Brown, and Francis fell out of favor with his team as he refused to go in a game. And then Penny Hardaway, who hasn't been very active this year. And you know, Orlando made a good trade there, because come next year, they're going to have a lot of money underneath that salary cap, and they can go out and get some nice free agents.
$15 million in the final year of Penny Hardaway's
and Grant Hill, they're going to get out of $16 million with Grant Hill, so that's a lot of money to be spent.
We have a 10-point game now with 8:26 left to go in the
almost didn't get that Bud Light out.
I know you're really letting me down. Here is Marion from outside, misses his shot, gets his own rebound. Great hustle. He just out hustling, out quicking everybody.
Well, that's a guy you just got to put a body on. I mean, even if you don't get the rebound, you can't let a guy like Shawn Marion roam the paint, because he's going to get an offensive rebound with his quickness and his ability to jump.
Roger Bell commits a foul, and against Bell, that will be his third personal. What's this play by Shawn Marion?
Well, he's going to shoot it. Right now, he knows it's short. Nobody checks him out. Going to come back to him. He just out-hustles Delonte West and lays it in.
He has 25 of the Suns' 60 points. That ball deflected back so they can retrieve. No backcourt violation. 7 seconds on the shot clock. West with Nash on him. West goes in and doesn't get the bounce. LaFrentz tries to follow. Again, it's blocked inside. Good defense that time. Celtics get it back with a fresh 24 on the shot clock. Pierce tonight is 5 of 17, but he'll keep shooting. You know that. LaFrentz swings it around to West. West goes in, hands off beautifully to Gomes. I tell you, Delonte West is a real thing.
Yeah, that time Kurt Thomas did his job. He left his man to stop the drive. Roger Bell should have sunk down to stop that layup, and Shawn Marion stays hot.
Another three, and Marion proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes another $150 to Suns Charities, and Marion's 4 of 5 from three-point land.
Is it possible to have a better second half of the season than Shawn Marion had in that first half? I don't know.
I would think it would be very, very difficult to pull off. And speaking of pulling it off, Gomes stayed inside and pulled that play off. 63-52. Here's Roger Bell with a three from outside, and he got it. And another three for the Suns. Another $150 to Suns Charities from Fulton Holmes. The Suns are 7 of 17 behind the line.
Well, that's what the Suns did well. Boris Diaw got behind the Boston Celtics defense, caught it. Celtics late getting back. Boris with a nice cross-court pass to Roger Bell. He nails the three here. Good look. Roger Bell rings that bell, and the Suns continue to lead 66-52.
Marion continues a remarkable night. 28 points. Suns 3 of 3 behind the line here in this third quarter. It's Website Wednesday, and the Suns have a special online-only ticket offer for you from Suns.com. Tonight only, you can purchase 2 Suns tickets for the price of 1 for next Wednesday's home game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Go to Suns.com now to purchase your tickets for 50% off. So the Suns, stand behind the line, are really shooting the ball well.
Well, they've done that all year long. That's one of their key weapons. And when they shoot the ball well from three-point land, it opens everything else up. But you don't expect a guy like Shawn Marion to be 4 for 5 from three-point land.
Suns shoot the ball well, they can just blow you out of here. And right now the Celtics had made a move, and all of a sudden they find themselves down 66-52. Out to Pierce. Nice ball fake. 1 second. They didn't get it off. Pierce overpassed it. Should have taken the shot. Allen didn't have time to release.
The Suns doing a good job of double-teaming the post and scrambling back, making Paul Pierce make that extra pass. Shot clock runs out.
While the Suns have been perfect behind three-point line shooting, 0 for 3 is Boston. However, the Celtics have 12 offensive rebounds, 8 second chance points. Hustle plays have kept them within shooting distance, striking distance of the Suns. Here's Diaw now moving in against West. 6:11 left to go here in the third. Beautiful pass. Diaw found it. Kurt Thomas, and that's the reason Diaw has done such a good job in the assist department. 5.8 a game.
What was great about that is realized Delonte West was on him, and he took his time, drew the double team, and just nice bounce pass to Kurt Thomas. Bad defense on the weak side by the Celtics.
Biggest lead now, 16 points for the Suns. Gomes from outside. LaFrentz back tap, comes back out to Paul Pierce. Pierce is going to have to start putting it together if the Celtics going to find a way to win this game. He's 5 of 18 shooting the ball tonight in this back-to-back game. Here is West going inside. He's had tough breaks on some shots. Out it comes now to Nash. Steve Nash just keeps dribbling the ball, always looking for that open man. He's the generator. He's the guy that makes it all happen offensively. Up it comes now to Marion. Marion backs out. LaFren's on him. Marion's got to go inside. I tell you, LaFren's looked like he was nailed to the floor.
Well, you know, he had no chance whatsoever. No way a guy like that's going to stay with Shawn Marion, and give Shawn Marion a lot of credit. He wanted to shoot the three, and nice crossover, got all the way to the rim.
For the 5th time this year now, Shawn Marion has scored 30-plus points. He's right at 30 right now. His high, a career high 39 earlier this year, as Pierce able to hit that shot. 70-54 Phoenix.
Well, what's great about Shawn Marion's game tonight is not only is he doing it offensively, but doing a heck of a job on Paul Pierce.
Nash has a block by LaFren's. Back it comes to Pierce. LaFren's looks like he's exhausted. He's not even running up the floor as Pierce gets it into West, and they cut it to 70-56.
Yeah, it looks like both teams right now have a little bit of a wall, a lot of gasping for air, and not a lot of energy running.
West has got 14 points. He's tied with Pierce for scoring honors on the Celtics. Nash from outside, and Nash tonight, the shot just not there. 2 of 11. West gets it to Pierce. Pierce can't find the shot. Gets it to LaFren's. LaFren's left it short. Marion was there in between he and the basket, and he came up way short. Thus far, Celtics shooting 36.5%. The Suns at 40. Diaw, good looking shot. And he makes it 72-56, and Diaw with 12.
You know, and that's why the Suns lead the league in assists. 27 in the game. That time, Kurt Thomas passed up a jumper, gave it to Diaw wide open, nails the jump shot. Very unselfish play. Very
unselfish play. That's been one of the things that's been so admirable about this Suns team. Pierce now with 5 on the shot clock. With 3, they can't get a shot off. Pierce finally just turns and shoots it. Good defense by the Suns. Nash ahead to Marion. Marion will pull up. Diaw back taps. Look at Marion fight for the ball. Allen eventually comes up with it. Tony Allen brings it out to Paul Pierce. Suns looking for victory number 36. They're just 5 games off the pace of a year ago. Pierce is going to be fouled inside. Barbosa's going to check in. Orion Green and Gerald Green will check in for the Celtics.
So you just see Paul Pierce frustrated by his inability to make any outside jumper. So that time just put his head down, went to the basket, missed the first one, was able to get his offensive rebound, and then get fouled. See, he gives the basket, just puts his head down. And Kurt Thomas fighting, and just on the way down grabs his shorts. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Pierce tonight is 2 of 6 from the free throw line, and able to get this one. The Celtics as a team are 7 of 13. Scalabrine coming in. LaFren's checking out. LaFren's just looked like he was exhausted out there and getting out of the lineup. Doc Rivers making a change. 42 years old. He coached with Orlando 1 year, the NBA Coach of the Year. You can see what he has gotten from Pierce tonight. Not the kind of shooting night you would want. But there's still time left. 72-58. Pierce with 16. Out it comes to Bell. Bell leaves it short. Gerald Green comes down to the rebound. And McDonald's All-American from the Houston, Texas area. There's a steal by Marion to Nash. Nash right down the center. Marion cleans it up.
Well, Shawn not only did a good job getting the steal, he gave it to his point guard. Nobody stopped Steve Nash. Went all the way to the basket. Steve having a tough time tonight putting it in the hole, but Shawn Marion there to get the offensive rebound. 3rd
steal of the game for Marion. I tell you, Dan, there's a lot of things in basketball that's exciting, but when you get Nash and Marion in the open floor, you just hold your breath. The 2 of them are electric together.
Good family entertainment, Gary. Oh, Shawn gets another steal.
Yes, he does. That's his 4th. He came in tonight with a total of 102, so he has 106 on the year. Earlier this year, remember, he had an 8-steal game, a career high. Nice picked up by Scalabrine, off to Roger Bell. 6 on the shot clock. Diaw looks up with 2 minutes left in the quarter. Double pumps, got the foul. Good patience by Boris Diaw.
Really good patience. He's done that a lot. He had another mismatch, and he waited for the double team turned away, got him up in the air, and gets the foul. And Phoenix getting it done here in the third quarter, doing a good job of trying to put this Boston Celtics team away. Shawn Marion having a great all-around game. First with the steal, gets to his point guard, never gives up, rebounds, puts it in. Shawn Marion, another great game.
9 points in the quarter for Shawn Marion. 1 rebound away now from a double-double.
Well, I'd say he's getting the job done from the outside, fouling his own shot, laying it in, out hustling, doing a great job defensively, getting steals, taking it all the way to the basket, finger roll. Shawn Marion there, taking it to Paul Pierce, going to get it back to Nash, and Steve's going to miss this puppy, and he's going to be there to lay it in. So Shawn Marion having one of those nights where everything goes your way.
Well, he led the league in dunks and continues to mount that advantage tonight as Diaw now missing the free throw. 32 points for this guy, and Marion has a lot of basketball left. We've got another quarter to go. Diaw gets this one. 75-58. The Suns 10 of 12 from the free throw line. We mentioned they're the #1 free throw shooting team in the league. Their only problem is they just don't get there enough. They're last in attempts per game at 18. Pierce goes in. Good defense again by Diaw this time, and a loose ball foul against Boston.
Got a lot of credit to the Suns defensively. That time Boris Diaw keeps moving his feet. Pierce tries to get all the way to the basket. Diaw using that height and gets the block.
Scalabrine picked up the foul. Suns a much better defensive team. One of the things now, Dan, and we're all getting excited about the return of Amari Stoudemire. His MRI was so favorable. He's now going one-on-one. He'll have some contact. They're talking about March. How about that jacket? And
did he think he was on the Celtics team tonight?
I don't know. It's a little different Celtic color. But what I started to ask you, how long do you think it'll take to adjust for him when he comes back in?
About 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yep. I mean, he's such a great athlete, and when you play with a guy like Steve Nash, and you know he's going to have to get his wind back. Obviously, he's got to get his game legs back. But as far as being back in gel with the team and back in sync, it won't take that long because Steve Nash and the rest of the team are so easy, so unselfish. He won't have to do a lot. He can take his time and get back.
And he's talked about, Dan, that he's learned a lot sitting on the bench and watching this team and kind of figuring out their flow. There's Pierce just throws it up, and he's arguing with Bernie Fryer. He thought he should have had a foul called. Off it comes down to Roger Bell from the corner. And the rebound by Scalabrine. The Suns are their biggest lead of the game, 19. Gerald Green tries to feed it to Pierce. I tell you, Marion is driving Pierce nuts. I mean, not only is Shawn having a great offensive game, but defensively, Dan, he has just put the clamps on him.
He really has. And, you know, he's done a good job of using that length and making Pierce put his head down to get to the basket and then getting the block. So Pierce having a very frustrating night.
Shawn Marion showing why he's in his third All-Star game. The 11th Sun player to be named to 3 All-Star teams. And from way outside, Pierce. And Pierce is still capable of having a big game. That's the one X factor in this outcome, is whether Pierce can heat up and have one of those big quarters like he did last night. 77-60. Marion on a feed from Diaw. That would have been highlight material.
Sure was. It was a great pass by Diaw. Shawn went up with one hand, couldn't control it, missed the jam.
Here's Pierce, gets it into Gerald Green. I like this Gerald Green. He looks to me like he's going to be a player. 77-62. Gerald Green having his best game. The high school 18-year-old has 7 points in the game. Out it comes to Barbosa. Floating in the air. Out to Diaw. Diaw into the corner to Marion. Marion three. No. And look who tracks it down. Shawn Marion just beat everybody to the ball. He has a double-double now. 32 points and 10 rebounds.
Well, he shot that one so high it could have brought rain. And like you said, he just hustled everybody and secured the offensive rebound. Got it to Nash for the last shot.
And the crowd applauding the effort by the Matrix. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Bell into Marion. He's going to be hammered by Gerald Green with 2.5 seconds left.
And again, you see Raja Bell's ability to put it on the floor, got to the paint, drew the defense, gave to Marion, goes to the line.
I tell you, this Suns team is a handful of problems.
You see Raja getting all the way, a nice pass, and then the good hard foul by the young rookie out of high school. You usually don't see that out of high school players, a little tentative, but that time he went up and fouled Shawn Marion hard and didn't let him complete the play.
Marion with his 41st double-double. That leads the league. He's now got 33 points, 10 rebounds. He's hit 12 of 18 shots, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, and was deadly behind the line as well. I think he may have a career night before this is all over. He's approaching that in a hurry as he gets his free throw to go. 79-62. 34 points for the Matrix. West, long shot and count it. Whoa. What a finish to the third quarter. Delonte West from half court. 79-65. Watch this. It looks like one of your shots.
Little luck of the Irish. I needed that in Houston. I could have got that 15 grand paid off my remodeling job.
Suns have been tough at home. They've won 7 of the last 8 at the Purple Palace. Now lead 79-65. Hey, Saturday on FSN Arizona, Kevin Kruger and the Sun Devils fight for revenge in Tucson against Hassan Adams and the Wildcats. Don't miss the arch rivals. Arizona State and Arizona battle it out on Saturday at 2 p.m. only on FSN Arizona. You look at the leading scores in this game, it's all, of course, dominated by Shawn Marion's 34. Pierce with 18, but Pierce had to take 24 shots, Dan, and hit only 7 of them. West with that unbelievable half-court shot a moment ago.
Yeah, talk about Shawn Marion. He's got 34 points, 10 rebounds, 7 of them offensive rebound, but it did just as good job defensively on Paul Pierce. Like you said, having to take 24 shots when we made 7 of them. Boston comes out in that early zone that we thought.
Yeah, we thought we were going to see that earlier, and here's Eddie House shooting against the zone, not able to hit it.
That's like the 3rd or 4th time Eddie House has taken a shot and went halfway in and came out.
You're right. Out it comes now to West, who's had a strong game. He had 22 points last night, has 17 tonight. Scalabrine picked up by Dial with 10 on the shot clock. Boston has nothing going now with 7 seconds. Here's Orion Green floating to the hole. Nicely done off the glass. 79-67. Orion Green has 4 points in the ball game. Eddie House has not gotten any breaks on his shots. He's 1 of 6, and as Dan mentioned, there's been 3 of them came clear back out after going halfway in. Barbosa hands it off to Bell. 7 on the shot clock. Bell backing in on Tony Allen. Nicely done, Roger Bell. Solid game tonight, 13 points.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about Raja Bell, but he's hit his jump shots and done a good job of penetrating and getting some assists. So another strong game by Raja.
And West now has 19 points, 81-69. The Suns came in here averaging 107 points a game. Tops in the league, 1 of 7 teams in the NBA to average over 100 points. Baseline, Barbosa. Somehow it gets the House. Shot blocked by West. Here comes Boston back the other way. Second game of a 4-game road swing. They're at Portland Friday and the Lakers on Sunday. Going inside that time was Gerald Green, and he's going to be fouled.
Suns have to be careful here not to let down and let Boston continue to penetrate and get to the basket and get some foul call. And that's what D'Antoni's telling everybody right now, that we can't let this Boston team gain some confidence.
Let's go back to your keys, Thunder Dan. Let's see how accurate you were and how this game was going to unfold.
I'm scared. Put Pierce in the crowd. I think the Suns have done a fantastic job. Shawn Marion doing a good job of making Pierce take jump shots and not letting him get to the basket. Stay consistent. For the most part, the Suns have done a good job playing strong all game and then push the pace. They want to get out and run, and you know, stay consistent is the biggest thing here. They can't let up in this 4th quarter because this Boston team, like we said, can really get hot and close this gap.
Gerald Green now with 9 points of those free throws, cuts it back to 10. Still a lot of time left. Approaching 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Broke it up. There's Orion Green able to back it out to Scalabrine. Scalabrine with Marion all over. And Scalabrine took about 3 steps and gets it to Gerald Green. They're going to call a technical on Green for hanging on the rim.
Well, Scalabrine showed a little bit of skill there with that move and getting all the way to the basket. A nice pass, and then the young high school kid, see Scalabrine here getting all the way to the basket. Nice pass, and Green with a fantastic finish, but just a little bit too much mustard on that sandwich there, Gary.
I'm going to tell you, though, I like him. That technical will be shot by Shawn Marion, but I mean, Gerald Green had really not played much. We mentioned he went down to the D-League. He was in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He came back February 3rd. We knew he could jump out of the gym, and we've seen him tonight put together an 11-point game, a career high for him, and this is rookie year. 82-73. 11-3 scoring run right now by the Celtics. A hard foul on Barbosa.
But I like that by Leandro. He just attacked that zone and get to the basket. The Suns I think, stagnant here in the fourth quarter, and what you have to do is get to the basket and get some easy buckets or get to the free throw line. That time, Leandro's going to attack Scalabrine, goes hard to the basket, gets fouled. It's going to go to the free throw line.
He'll call the foul on Tony Allen, and so Barbosa at the free throw line. Leandro this year shooting 72% from the free throw line. I thought it was interesting that Mike D'Antoni talking about the shooting of Barbosa. He just feels that he just locks in, that he's really a great shooter. Now, you look at his style, you wonder how can he be a great shooter, because it's so unusual the way he shoots the ball.
It is very unusual, but like a lot of things, repetition and practice, and he's very comfortable with it, and he knocks them down.
And he got them both. 84-73. Suns now 17 of 19 from the line. They've been shooting 81% from the free throw line. The previous record was 79 for the Suns franchise. West from outside, and West continues to impress. Scalabrine can't follow tip successfully. Marion with yet another rebound. He has 11. Marion with West on him. They kick it out to House. Barbosa. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Suns continue to move the ball. House dumps it in to the matrix. 8 seconds on the shot clock. House, 3. Rebound is cleared by Orion Green. Boston coming back the other way. They score here, it'll get a little uncomfortable. Here's Tony Allen outside, picked up by Bell. Allen lost the handle, and then I think they're going to say the ball was kicked by House. Let's see. Yep, it'll go back to Boston.
Well, one thing you're going to get with this Boston team out there now is just a bunch of young guys putting their heads down and trying to go to the basket. The Suns got to do a good job of moving their feet, and make them take tough jump shots, and Boston's just going to be very aggressive with Pierce on the bench.
So Scalabrine will bring it in. 9:09 left to go in the game. 84-73. The biggest lead was 19 points for the Suns. West goes in. Barbosa commits a foul. That would have counted had it gone. And Delonte West will go to the line. This guy was 24th pick in the draft last year. Delonte West had a surprisingly strong rookie year, but nothing compared to what he's doing this year. He hit 10 straight points in the final 2 minutes of the first half last night that really turned the game around against Utah. Ended up with 22 points, and here tonight now he has 20. So back-to-back 20-point games for the second-year man. 10-point game.
Well, D'Antoni started running the Suns now. You just got to slide your feet and make them take tough jump shots. What you don't want to do is let them get to the basket and continue to get in foul trouble.
So West, who came in here shooting 85% from the line, gets both free throws. It's a 9-point game now with 9 minutes to go. And there they come in that little zone press. They've gone to the zone again. Off it comes to Bell. Scalabrine trying to cut off the baseline. To Barbosa. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Barbosa's going to launch a 3. And the rebound is cleared by Green. That was an effective zone that time.
That's what Doc wants that zone to do, to cut down on the penetration and make him take tough jump shots. And that time, Leandro took a 3 with about 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Suns 1 of 5 now in this quarter. Scalabrine, long 3, he hit it, and all of a sudden now Mike D'Antoni realizes this game is far from being over.
The Celtics doing it with penetration. West backs him down, and Scalabrine's left wide open for the 3.
That is their 6th hit of the night from 16 attempts. House brings it out to Barbosa. 10 on the shot clock. Barbosa lost the handle. Saved by the matrix. He's been everywhere. Omnipresent. He's done it all. He now has 37 points in the game.
And that's just the matrix being in the right place at the right time. Loose ball. He's there. He's going to corral it and then use that athletic ability. You see, right place, right time. One dribble. Nobody's going to jump with the matrix. Gets the hoop in the arm.
Airlines, a symbol of freedom. By the Arizona Department of Health Services, encouraging you to inhale life and be tobacco-free. By Leslie Swimming Pool Supplies, the world's largest retailer of swimming pool supplies with over 500 stores nationwide. By Phillips & Associates, Arizona's law firm. And by Bud Light, refreshingly smooth. Bud Light, always worth it.
The Suns led by 19 at the 1:45 mark of the third quarter on this retro night, commemorating the 30th anniversary of one of the greatest games in the history of the NBA, Game 5 of the 76 NBA Finals between these same two teams. And after leading by 19 at the 1:45 mark, now find themselves up by 8. And Marion with a big three-point play. It couldn't have come at a better time, and he's 1 point off of his career high with 38.
And Boston's made this little bit of run with Paul Pierce on the bench, who struggled offensively. And as I say that, he comes to the scoring table. But I think D'Antonio's seen enough, and he's brought Steve Nash back into the game. And hopefully Steve can get on track here.
Scalabrine had a big three a moment ago, misses that one. Nash is in. Nash has played 38 minutes, has 7 points, 4 assists. He's taken 12 shots, hit only 2 tonight. Diaw with a 15-point game thus far. 7:40 left to go in this one. Diaw, little jumper, beautifully done.
I think Boris has played really well. He's shown great patience there in the post. That's his 17th point. He's got 4 assists and 7 rebounds, so another strong game for Boris.
Strong game is right. He's been so consistent. I mean, his consistency is becoming very big. Averaging 16 points the last 4, has 17 tonight. Allen with a 3, and Tony Allen buries a 3. And that is their 8th 3 of the night. Back to an 8-point game. Nash now sending it up with 7 minutes to go. Steal attempt by Allen. Bell able to recover. Nash with 10 on the shot clock. Out to Barbosa. 7 on the shot clock. Barbosa in traffic. Lost the handle. Out it comes to Boston. Orion Green to West. West finishes. And it's now 89-83. The Celtics with this big 4-game Western road swing. They've won the first. They'd like to steal another one here tonight. Barbosa, beautiful pass to Marion, and that's a career high now. 40 points for Shawn Marion.
I'm not sure exactly how you lose Shawn Marion, especially after the game he's having. Wide open, good pass by Barbosa. Nobody there for the Celtics at all.
40 points by the Matrix. West has been big, and West now has scored 25. And we mentioned he had the 22-point game last night. That is a career high now of 25. He had a 23-point game earlier this season. Dell brings it in now to Diaw. Paul Pierce thought he was going to come in a while ago. During that last break, they elected to keep him on the bench. Now they'll bring him in. There's a traveling call going against the Suns. Pierce comes in. Pierce with 18 points, but he's taken 24 shots, hit 7. But again, he scares you to death at this stage of the game.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. That's a guy who can get hot at any time, especially in the fourth quarter, one of the clutch players in the league.
So Pierce is in for the stretch run. Less than 6 to go in the fourth quarter. Pierce outside. Matrix comes out to measure him. Pierce kicks it back out. West again. Somebody's going to have to get on him. And that was almost offensive interference. It is. Orion Green was up interfering with that shot. Side out to the Suns. Timeout for Phoenix. 5:42 left to go. Suns, who at one time led by 19, looked like they were cruising to their 5th straight win. Now in a battle at the Purple Palace. Suns with their retro uniforms, trying to find a way to put the finishing touches on. 91-85. Tonight's High Flyers feature presented by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Take it away, Dan.
Boris Diaw with a nice move, finishes emphatically with the 2 hands. Then it's been the Shawn Matrix show pretty much all night long. Leandro Barbosa, Shawn with the hammer down, and then Leandro with the old kick save to Shawn Marion again with the 2-hand, and then going to find Leandro. Bullet pass to Shawn, wide open again. Shawn Marion's had a heck of a night. Hope it's going to be enough here for the Suns to finish the job.
He's had a career night. Career high 40 points to go with 12 rebounds. His 41st double-double of the year. Steve Nash now trying to finish this off with 5.5 minutes left to go. Nash as they switch out. Scalabrine on him. Mismatch inside. West trying to guard Diaw. Marion floats. He'll go to the line.
I'm going to tell you, Diaw has been invaluable in this game. Steve Nash obviously having a poor game with only 4 assists and 7 points, but Diaw has been a big part of this offense in the post as they've been continually going down with him, and he's just been patient with the double team. That time found a cutting Shawn Marion with a nice pass.
Well, when Maury Stoudemire comes back, you'll see Dial a lot playing that number 5 spot. And Amari on the floor, and with his passing abilities like a point center. And of course, we're all awaiting the return of this guy's stat. 92-85. Marion with the free throws now has 42 points. What a game tonight by this guy.
Let's see if the Matrix can get 50.
Here's West outside now. Nash tracking him. 5:18. A lot of time left in this one. Orion Green back to West. Here's Pierce back to West. They swing it around. Good ball movement. 6 on the shot clock. Gerald Green. And this high schooler is not playing like a high schooler tonight.
Well, good patience there. Puts the ball on the floor. And a tough runner over Eddie House. Good shot by the young kid.
Who is this guy? Gerald Green now with 13 points in the ball game. Nash backs it out. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Less than 5 in the game. Roger Bell, nice move, but they're going to call him for a travel. He tried to get around Scalabrine. I tell you, the Celtics bench tonight, Dan, has scored 23 points to the Suns' 8. And, of course, a lot of that coming from Green, who has 13.
Yeah, they've done a good job, and they made a run with Paul Pierce on the bench. And that zone that you had talked about earlier is giving the Suns a little bit of problem. They seem a little confused and are not able to penetrate.
Here's West outside. West with a career game himself, now with 27. West with 27. Well, Marion with 42.
He's done a good job of penetrating. That time, nobody stepping away and got all the way to the basket.
4-point game with 4:27 left to go. Bell pops open, and he's able to nail the shot. Big shot at this stage of the game.
Poor communication by Boston there as both guys switched out on the screen, left Roger wide open on the baseline.
15 points now for Bell. They go with Diao, 17. 3 guys in double figures led by the remarkable effort by the Matrix. Got a mismatch. They had Nash on Pierce. So Scalabrine brings it out to Green. Swinging around. 6 on the shot clock. And Gerald Green takes a shot. And tracking it down will be Shawn Marion with his 13th rebound.
Well, give that rebound to Eddie House, as he did a good job of boxing out Scalabrine and not allowing him to get the board. And Shawn was there to pick it up.
Nash is going to be fouled as he ducks inside. Going to be on Green. Well, I tell you what, the maturation process of this guy has been speeded up tonight. Playing some big minutes for this team. 21 minutes and scoring 13 points. Nash outside. Still 3:45 left to go. Nash a long 3. The shot just isn't there tonight, Dan. He's 2 of 13.
Really hadn't gotten too many good looks at it. Celtics had done a good job of getting the ball out of his hands. But then again, you see Eddie House, who's more than a shooter out there, folks. This guy has a lot of heart. That time took a charge.
He took a big charge from Orion Green, who plowed into him.
Another guy, House, who hasn't been able to shoot the ball, but again, it's more than just a shooter there. Giving up his body takes a big charge.
Steve Nash is 1 of 5 behind the line tonight. Missing just a moment ago. Look at Diao. Hustle it inside. House from outside. Not there. Rebound is going to be cleared by Gerald Green. 3:20 left to go. Pierce. He's had patience since coming in, distributing the ball, continues to do that. Scalabrine from the corner, can't get it. And Marion with another rebound. Monster game tonight for Shawn Marion. 6-point game, 3 minutes left to go. House is 0 for 7 tonight, shooting the ball behind the line, but he could hit the next 7. Up it comes to Marion, having trouble finding the handle. It's going to be off of Austin. Suns will get it with 8 to shoot and a timeout. 2:54, Dan. It's interesting, isn't it? The Suns have had this remarkable game for Marion, but it's still not enough.
Yeah, one of the all-stars, Shawn Marion, having a great game, but like you said, it may not be enough. Suns holding a slim lead, only 6.
Just head over to any of the 7 local Valley Kia retailers now through February 26th. And when you test drive a new Kia, you'll receive a pair of Phoenix Suns tickets while supplies last. For more details about the Kia Drive of the Suns promotion, log on to suns.com. And look at this.
Yeah, well, thanks goodness for Shawn Marion. Career high 42 points because Nash and House, 9 points on 3 of 22 field goals. Shawn Marion, 14 of 20, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 14 rebounds, 7 of them offensive, 7 of them offensive. So Shawn has showed up, and thank goodness.
Well, the Clippers got beat tonight, so if the Suns could win here, they would have a 6-game lead in the Pacific Division. 5 at the start of the night. Clippers losing to the Rockets. Diao brings it off now to Roger Bell. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3. Bell with 2. 3 ball. And the rebound is clear. They're 0 for 7 now in this quarter, shooting behind the line. 95-89. You can see the Suns overall 5 of 12. Boston shooting extremely well. Pierce goes in. What a power move that was.
Well, that was unbelievable. First getting to the basket, and then the body control with the right hand up and underneath. Uses the glass. Great shot.
He has 20 points in the game. 2:21 left to go. Nash brings it out to House. House and Nash, both of them struggling with their shooting tonight. Somebody's going to have to hit a shot here with 2:13. Nash goes down the middle. Foul by Rafe LaFrentz. Barbosa's going to come into the lineup now for Phoenix.
Well, Nash realizing he had her friends on him. He wasn't going to take that jump shot. He's going to get all the way basket and foul. Watch this move. Going hard is going to take some bump from Steve Nash. Gets all the way up underneath the basket with a beautiful shot underneath the right hand.
One of the toughest shots of the night. Nash at the line now. Nash has hit only his 2 free throws, now 3 of 3. He's had 16 misses all season long. Suns fans, how would you like to meet Roger Bell? You can tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Santisi Brothers on the northwest corner of I-17 and Bell Road in Phoenix, courtesy of Budweiser. 97-91 as Nash gets both of them. Big free throws. Approaching 2 minutes left in this ball game.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Pierce with 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass comes to Gerald Green, the other Green. The West. West has been so good tonight. Not able to get it. Marion with his 15th rebound of the night. Suns by 6 with 1:46. Steve Nash will back it out. I'll tell you, the Suns tonight have had to win this game without Steve offensively really being able to contribute all that much. 4 assists and 9 points. It's been Shawn Marion and Diao and Bell that have stepped up. Marion, long 3. And Pierce pulls it down. Paul Pierce looks like he's just going to launch right away. He's wasting no time. LaFrentz tries a follow tip. That'll be a foul on Rafe LaFrentz.
Yeah, probably not the shot that Doc Rivers wants. Paul Pierce hasn't been very effective from outside. He's been better getting to the basket. That time just let us re-go with about 21 seconds left on the shot clock. And not only that, they get the offensive foul coming over the back trying to get the rebound.
And they're over the team foul limit. You can see the Suns 0 for 8 shooting behind the line. Celtics 2 of 7. Suns do have a foul to give. Thanks tonight to our producer, David Hughes, and Dan Siekman, our director.
Thanks, guys. I love you, man.
And Diao makes it 98-91. Diao tonight has had as good a game as he's had in a long time. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Just a typical stat line
you know,
for
with
him.
Steve not having a great night, they went to Diao down in the post. He's had Delonte West on him, and he's either scored down there or created shots for others.
All right, 1:19 to go. Suns closing in on their 5th win in a row to go 36-7.
Antonio, the 5-game trip of New Jersey, Milwaukee, Indiana, Toronto, Detroit. So a lot of work left for the Suns, but I'm very confident we will win the Pacific Division, get the #2 seed. Amari comes back, and look out.
Well, look out. That could be the final piece to the puzzle as they could go for winning it all. Out it comes now to Pierce. Pierce going to pull up and not able to get it. Rebound by Roger Bell. They try to poke it away. Suns will take their time now and take some time off the clock.
Very good job by Barbosa on switching up, making a switch on Pierce and making him take a tough jump shot, getting the rebound. Suns just got to run some time and get a good shot.
Suns next game Saturday against the Charlotte Bobcats. The Bobcats, since they have moved to Charlotte, 0-3 against Phoenix. Here's Nash bringing it outside now to Barbosa. Diao tries the 2 as the shot clock expires. Tipped out, retrieved by Pearson. He's going to be fouled. And that is the 4th team foul against the Suns. And so this Boston team will take its side out with 43 seconds. You know, the thing that is amazing to me about Phoenix all year long is that there's always been somebody that steps up and closes the ranks. And tonight, it wasn't just Marion, it was Diao and Bell coming through big time as Nash and House, their shot was not there.
And you're right. And I think you've had an outstanding game also, Gary.
Well, thank you, Dan.
Thanks for
coming
stepping
from
up
you.
tonight.
That's It's retro night, even for the cheerleaders. So the Suns are going to go 21-7 since Christmas, 7-1 in February. They now have won 8 of their last 9 games at home. Hey, a special thanks to Sheila Simpson, our stage manager, Tom Delnos.
Love Sheila.
Tom Delnos, who started a new
love you
career,
too, Tom.
new job.
Good luck with that, buddy.
Well, Pearson going to keep that string going, Dan. He had a 6 straight 30-point game.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
And here he is. Well, you are just merciful. You know that?
I'm cranky.
I hope you never get mad at me. Here's Rafe LaFrance, who hasn't been able to throw the ball in the ocean tonight. He missed it. The ball is going to be fought for, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Well, we're a long way from the ocean.
Well, Rafe is 1 of 7. That's close to not being able to throw it in the ocean.
We're in Arizona.
Well, you know, you never know.
It hasn't rained here for like 190 days. Probably couldn't find a puddle. I couldn't throw it in the ocean either.
I noticed it hasn't affected your golf game, though. You have really, you're just superb.
Greens are a little hard. You know, I can't.
Is that right? Okay, we're going to have a change here now. Tony Allen's going to come into the ball game.
How about Tiger Woods today? Beating this guy. The guy kind of mouthed off, woke a sleeping giant. Tiger goes out and wins the first 10 holes. Beats the guy like 9 and 8 or whatever.
After not making the cut in the previous week. And so Scalabrine brings it out to Pierce. Long shot by Pierce. Diaw brings it down. Diaw with another rebound. And Diaw's going to have 8 rebounds to go with 19 points. Well, Dan, this was a game that the Suns need to take care of business. It's the first of 2 home games against losing teams. They beat a Celtics team who was very much, I think, ignited, encouraged by their win last night.
Yeah,
now they got to take care of business.
Be a little nervous coming out of an All-Star break. Not really sure how your team's going to react after the break. And this is a good win anytime you can do that. So the Suns come out, and like you said, they need to win these games, especially with the Clippers losing tonight in Boston. I mean, in Houston.
Forget the Arizona Sports Report coming up right after the ball game as Diaw kisses it in. 21 points for Diaw. Diaw's high, of course, is a 31-point performance, a career high earlier this year. So the Suns are going to get it done. Suns are going to go to 21-8 at home. You know what's interesting, Dan? Everybody remembers last year and how good the Suns were, but you realize at the start of the night now, the Suns are only 5 games off of that pace of a year ago. They were 40-12 a year ago. Now they are going to go to 36-17. I mean, some things really interestingly starting to develop.
That's amazing. I mean, a team won 62 games and only 5 games off pace, like you said, without Amari Stoudemire. Who would have thunk it?
Suns and Stars 2006, benefiting Phoenix Suns Charities. This Friday, featuring comedian Daryl Hammond, music legends Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You got to be kidding me.
And more, along with the entire Suns team. For more information on Phoenix Suns Charities, log on to Suns.com. Our producer, David Hughes, will be, I'm sure, dancing at all of that.
Let's hope we can get a date. He heard he's a good dancer, though.
So he dances by himself. He doesn't need a date, right? I don't know. He won a contest, all I know. 101-91.
Remember those parking on the dance floor. Midnight Star was here tonight. Retro night.
West had it partially blocked. Marion's going to add to his total 44. And what a nice exclamation point on this game. Terrific game.
Brilliant game. Let's get out of here.
103-91. Let's head to Marley's. As the shot going for West, and West now has 30 points in the game. Okay, Thunder Dan, enjoyed it as always.
You're the best, baby.
Our next Suns game on FSN Arizona Saturday against the Charlotte Bobcats. Suns countdown starts at 6:30 p.m. Now for a complete look at what's happening in the Arizona sports scene, including much more from the Suns win. It's time now for the Arizona Sports Report with Bob Fasella. Take it away, Bob.
Oh, the ASR at your service, and great to see the Suns pick up where they left off before the All-Star break as they run their win.